anterior cingulate cortex is the part in the brain that regulates pain that we experience. Now, it's important that we understand it's the same part of the brain that processes physical pain, that processes emotional pain. There is no difference between the two. There is no difference between the two. And so the problem that often occurs is that people will pay more homage and more time to someone's physical pain. If someone walked into a shop with crutches on because they broke their ankle, that person will get a lot more empathy than someone who says, my heart is broken because of something that's happened to them. But in the brain, it's measured exactly the same way. And it's important that we understand that when we're thinking about substance misuse. So let's look at this. So in terms of physical pain, okay, the human body is a powerful and wonderful thing. You know, it regulates itself, you know, it maintains itself fairly well, and it has a sophisticated system to warn us of malfunctions. Yeah, the body will make us experience pain or swelling or inflammation. It does all these different things to help us to know something is wrong. Okay. And we may try and deal with it ourselves for a period of time, but if it gets really bad, or if it's something that starts to hurt too much, or if it's an ongoing pain, we go and see the doctor because we know this ain't right. Okay. But when we're looking at emotional pain, it's dealt with in a completely different way. You know, we don't give it the same amount of attention. You know, if we get physically hurt in some way, we'll bandage it, we'll make sure that we take care of it, we'll clean it up. And if it gets really bad, we'll go to the doctors because we don't want it to get infected. But when we have things like heartbreak and disappointment, you know, we don't deal with these things well often. We don't talk about it. We allow it to fester, you know, and it goes on and it goes on, and the emotional injury worsens just in the same way a physical injury would worsen if you don't get it attended and dealt with. And so it spreads over our lives. And people then try to repress those feelings and emotions. And the problems with feelings and emotions is that they never die. And if you swallow them whole, they're going to come back up whole. And the problem with that is people continuously go through this never ending battle of repressing their emotions, and eventually there is an explosion. Okay. And so they then experience anger outbursts, or it goes internal, because what you don't allow to go out goes in, and it will manifest itself in physical sensations, headaches, migraines, pain, stiff neck, and all the other things that we can experience. So what we do have to understand and be aware of is that the emotional pain that is experienced when we go through difficulties, struggles, and different kind of situations in our lives are so powerful that they can actually trigger heart attacks. And this is a source from the New England Journal of Medicine that shows 19 people who suffered cardiac problems on the sudden emotional stress that they experienced. So whether that was grief or fear, they actually triggered heart attacks. So when we are thinking about the emotional impact of things, we have to understand it can be just as devastational as the physical aspect of things.